Hello. How you guys doing? This is good old Grandmaster out here, and this is the Anonymous Republic Network. No longer the Anonymous Everyday Media. It has been changed. The name has changed. And why the name change? It's I wanted to do something different. I wanted to change the name anyway because it's at 573. I thought if I could change the name, it would be better. So, now there's been a start of a social media purge. A Facebook fact checker worked at Wuhan Biolab ruled out virus leak while debunking articles. Now, there is some news here. This was about 2 hours ago. My eyes, Indiana Election Commission stunned by porn footage during group video meeting. This is out of Indiana. Virtual meeting held by a state election commission of Indiana on Friday via the video calling app Zoom was unexpectedly disrupted with pornographic footage of a man pleasuring himself. Holy moly! Indiana Election Commission meeting has just started a Zoom with someone switched video of them masturbating. My eyes. Local reporter Mary Beth Schneider tweeted. Schneider went on to say the interruption was shocking but brief, and it appeared to be a man masturbating in real time. That was sufficiently disturbing, called Chair Paul Okeson. Reporting said in a responding to the video, hopefully that's not a harbinger. Vice Chairman Anthony Long added. Brendan D. Smith tweeted, the Election Commission virtual meeting was just Zoom bombed by someone showing explicit pornography. The video was removed very quickly. Commission Chair Anthony Long, I hope that was a harbinger. Some social media users expressed shock about hearing the news, while others took a much lighter view of the bizarre situation. The Indiana Election Commission, you say, one Twitter user joked. Zoom has increasingly been used by schools and businesses as COVID-19 lockdown pressure measures to keep people at home. But the security of the software has come under serious scrutiny. Interrupting what are supposed to be private meetings with trolling messages or pornographic videos has some common. It's now popular referring as Zoom bombing. The company CEO has addressed security concerns by saying the company was unprepared for the level of traffic brought on by COVID-19 lockdowns. The FBI issued a warning about the service last month, highlighting incidents where people have been able to display hate symbols during video conferences they hijack. Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, have waved off the potential for lawmakers to use the service, calling the company a Chinese entity, despite it being a U.S. business based in California. That's right, based in California. Now, Elon Musk talked about this too. He talked about it, and he's against using it over company secrets, business secrets. Schools no longer use them. But what does bug me about this is that you got these dumbasses that are Zoom bombing these supposed to be private conference talks and shit. But when you really look at it, Zoom bombing. Students take classes online with this companion using the Zoom app at home during the coronavirus disease. Reuters, Albert G. Or G. But I mean, it's really, I mean, stupid. It's supposed to be able to be used while at home. People are working from home. Students are schooling from home. They're using the Zoom app to basically going to class via video and shit, you know. Here you got Jerry Lynn. So apparently the election commission meeting was a bit spicy today. There's a chili pepper with two eyes. Mary Beth Snyder, Holy Moly, Indiana Election Commission meeting has just started a Zoom. When someone switched videos to them masturbating, my eyes. Also, Pelosi's motives questioned for labeling Zoom a Chinese entity after waving off remote voting of Congress. Zoom was created in California, not China, you stupid turd. Question is, does Joe Biden have dementia? Does Joe Biden have dementia? Now, there's many questions of that, and the news media is wanting Joe Biden to start a shadow government, and which is a stupid idea, because just by just coming out and saying it is stupid. Millions of Americans will be voting in the primaries over the next 3 months to determine who the Democratic nominee for president will be. While some have already tried to anoint former VP Joe Biden as a defective nominee decreed by the Democratic establishment, Senator Bernie Sanders still has plenty of delegates, plenty of time to win. All the cards seem to be stacked against him except one. Biden appears to be suffering from sort of a cognitive decline. Is it dementia? For the sake of transparency, it should be noted that I prefer Sanders as a nominee. It's not because I believe he would be easier for Trump to defeat. In fact, Biden has become such a liability to himself that he's avoiding the press. Any appearance there, he might demonstrate his lower mental acuity, making it almost impossible for him to defeat the president. Reason I prefer Sanders, as because the country needs to have a democratic socialism up front and fully exposed in a way that only President-elect can accomplish. With that understood, the question about Biden's mental status must be addressed in a fair world in which mainstream media wasn't completely skewed to the left. We wouldn't have to ask these questions as such. They would have already been asked the questions as they have about the President Trump for 4 years. Every verbal misstep by the president was scrutinized with CNN, MSNBC, New York Times, and the Washington Post calling the psychologists to declare their unbiased belief the president's cognitive abilities were in decline. However, the rise of Biden has not only turned scrutiny away from the president, but also made the media suddenly not concerned about such things. It's no dementia. Here, no dementia. As the pundits are no longer concerned about whether the presidential candidate's mind is all there. According to Mayo Clinic, there are signs of dementia. I've highlighted the items on the list that clearly seem to imply that Biden. There can be arguments made about several of them, but on a question like this, we need to stick with what we know, not what we think may be true. Signs of dementia that Biden has unambiguously demonstrates are the ones I have put on hold. I've put in bold. Memory loss, which is usually noticed by a spouse or someone else. Difficulty communicating and finding words. Difficulty with visual and spiritual abilities such as getting lost while driving. Difficulty reasoning and problem solving. Difficulty handling complex tasks. Difficulty with planning and organizing. Difficulty with coordination and motor functions. Confusion and disorientation. So psychological changes, personality changes, depression, anxiety, inappropriate behavior, paranoia, agitation, hallucination. Again, I cannot stress enough that 4 of 8 cognitive changes and 3 of the 7 psychological changes that I have highlighted with the ones that we know for sure are happening. Some may argue any of the others will present as well. But we know since 7 changes have clearly occurred in a man we grow to know well during 8 years under as vice president. Memory loss or difficulty finding words. The top two hallmarks of dementia are present in just about all his speeches, debates, his campaign, and the DNC have downplayed the memory loss as no big deal. And they attribute his difficulties finding words with his history of stuttering as a child. But we've been witnessing Biden in action. When he was finishing up his second term as VP, he was very active, as many were pushing him for president. But even he after he declined and started supporting Hillary Clinton, he just demonstrated clarity with his cognitive abilities. Watch this short video of Biden at the 2016 Democratic National Convention. It may be hard for Trump supporters, but he's bashing then candidate Trump. But we all know how 2016 election ended. So we can take his attacks with a grain of salt. Notice he appears to be full command of his faculties. He's coherent while the speech is partially scripted. He clearly went off script throughout and in front of his crowd, speaking before the whole country on national television. But Biden showed absolutely no signs of cognitive decline in 2016. This is the Joe Biden that many Democrats hope to have their nominee. Joe Biden in this video is nothing like the Joe Biden of today. Not even close. Today's Joe Biden isn't just a gaffe machine. Today's Joe Biden isn't always aware where he is, where he's been that day, or where he's going. He's regularly displayed difficulties that his visually and spectral abilities. We all know of him being confused about which state he's in at any given time. But we've also witnessed examples of him losing his way into rooms not even on stage. Hilarious. Joe Biden speaking in an arena in Iowa gets confused where the cameras is and keeps talking to the screen. C-SPAN cut away and try to help him out. Ha 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 ha. This was November 2nd, 2019. Now, I gotta be honest here, folks. Joe Biden will get destroyed in the election. He will get annihilated. Okay? That's why it's called Sleepy Joe Biden. Sleepy Joe. How about Sleepy Dementia Pervert Joe? Whether a tweet above demonstrates difficulty with special abilities or confusion or disorientation as described by his 4 highlighted symptoms of dementia. It isn't good either way. We need a president who knows where he is and where he's going, because the primary role of a president is to know where America stands, where it's headed, and how it's getting us there. 3 highlighted social changes, personally change. Inappropriate behavior, agitation. Joe Biden is just really losing it, man. He's not. Stuff. He has people writing for him because they know the guy can't write worth a damn because of his changes. The behavior, okay, the behavior of Joe Biden is getting worse and worse by the day. Okay. How are you going to fix this shit? Can't. He's not what he was almost 4.5 years ago. The Joe Biden today is not the Joe Biden of 2016. I'm not a psychologist, but I'm American with serious questions about the Democratic frontrunner. But it doesn't take years of training and decades of practice to see the writing on the wall. Joe Biden is a danger to America, even if he's allowed to sit in Oval Office. Comparing to Joe Biden of 2016, the Joe Biden of today demonstrates a rapid decline in cognitive abilities. His mental acuity is fading quickly. Those in the DNC hopefully to pull that switcheroo want this information hidden. Biden is suffering. Biden likely suffers from dementia. And it is sad to I mean, the guy's a fucking idiot, but I wouldn't wish on this on anybody, because just the idea, dementia is a serious shit, man. Like Alzheimer, man. It is. My grandfather, he's losing it. He's in his almost in his 90s. He's about he'll be 89. 89. And this November, and he'll be 90 in 2021. Shut up, Karen. LA Times writer sweatpants shames lockdown Americans during panic and gets roasted. There are some things you shouldn't do or say while under this pandemic. You have to understand there are things that you got to do to just insane. You have to really make it where this is the LA Times writer. Okay. Shut up, Karen. LA Times writer sweatpants shames lockdown Americans during pandemic and gets roasted. Sniffing that Americans working from home should dress like an adult working, get paid to be, rather than prioritize comfort over office dress code. LA Times writer got a digital spanking for his skewered priorities. Adam Scorn, deputy fashion editor at the Times, took on Herculean task of imposing sartorial order of his household readership on Friday, attempting to shame them into upholding this austerity style standards while they work and coronavirus imposed isolation. It doesn't go well. And Stuart Poindexter, love that LA Times is getting radioed for writing one of the most egregious articles of quarantine yet. The LA Times, enough with the WFA sweatpants. Dress like an adult, you're getting paid to be. Enough, LA Times did this article here, did that. And two people dressed in sweatpants and you're at home. How are you going to wear a suit and tie while being at home, isolating yourself to get better so nothing gets worse? If you're at home, if you feel comfortable what you wear. But if you're in the office, you wear a suit and tie. But at home, you ain't got to wear a suit and tie at home just to sit at the table and work at the table here, on your laptop. insisting on the importance of the ritual. Sworn proudly declares he won't even consider punching a virtual time clock until he's showered, shaved, and fully dressed. This includes shoes, especially shoes, even if I don't intend to leave the house, he bragged, before insisting everyone else follow his example out of respect for boss and co-workers. Ellie Mistel replied, "Weird that people at LA Times are apparently pointed the cameras at their crotch so people can't see their pants. Out here, we usually point the cameras to our faces so nobody can see what we're wearing below. But maybe that's the East Coast Zoom bias talk. Leave aside the questions of who can see one's shoes, pants, or that matter. Here, look. If you want to dress comfortably, relax comfortably at home, wake it up, take a shower, whatever, drink a cup of coffee, go to your computer, you're fine. You're relaxed. You're ready to go. During most of the Zoom meetings, the internet rushes to see exactly had the gall to shame their fashion choices in the middle of a coronavirus pandemic. The answer surprised more than a few people, and critics had a field day shredding the writers down fashion choice. Look at me. I'm cool. You know, I don't work for the time. I'm just a regular guy who does YouTube videos and shit like that. I'm good. Some attempt armchair psychologists have self-styled Grand Inquisitor of fashion questioned their relationship with reality. More tweets. Now, Chris Franklin replied, "Journalism is struggling everywhere, but we, at the last times, will not waver, will not falter. We will hold the line. The people must be considered about how they dress in their homes, in the midst of a once-in-a-century disaster." Others are less patient on an oddly attire, clothed and cop. You can pry my sweatpants from my cold dead legs. Snarled one user, only the answer to correct warm dead legs. Being an adult is not letting some snotty ass columnist tell you how to dress. My opinion on that? Fuck you fashion bastard. He's putting people on blast on how they dress while struggling to work from home, and environmentalists that often include children and the obstacles of making it more difficult for unprecedented times. A day after the LAT shuttered 3 local newspapers while dressing like that. Laker Film Room, I applaud that comment there. The Times announced Thursday it would flourish the non-editorial employees for 16 weeks and post pay cut up to 50% due to plummeted ad revenues triggering by the pandemic shutdowns. But will those furlong employees be wearing pants at home? That is the important question. I gotta say, you know, it's nobody's business what you wear while you're working out or home. Okay, not even this LA Time writer who's a complete dick. Okay, we're all in the same boat here, folks. We're all home. trying to get by without going nuts. But treating people the way they are, okay? You're not. I mean, look, we're all trying to survive here, folks. We're all trying to survive one day at a time without going fucking nuts, okay? We're trying to get by without going nuts, okay? So it's not easy. It is fucking tough, okay? It's fucking tough. It's irritating. I mean, it is to a point where you want to rip your entire hair out of your fucking head, okay? But we're trying to make it as comfortably as possible so we won't go nuts, okay? So if you have something to say and it's what this guy said, and here's the thing, if you don't want to be put on blast for this shit, don't say it, because if you're trying to give someone fashion advice while we're in the middle of this fucking pandemic and shit, shut your mouth and keep it to yourself. Because if you say this shit, someone will put you on blast. Okay? They will automatically put you on blast, call you out for being a fucking hypocrite and a dumbass. Because look, whether you're working for the New York Times, LA Times, the first one will be the Chicago Sun-Times, the WPO. Everybody's in the same boat. We're all in the same boat. You know, people, schools, they're going to school from home. Okay, they're working on their laptops and trying to get by, hoping to get back to school because they miss their friends. And so I mean, there's just things there's just some things you don't want to say on social media, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. And I mean, you have to watch what you say. No, because you will get called out, okay, and you will be put on blast. Because what you're saying will put you on the spot, okay? You don't want to be put on the spot. You don't want to be put on the spot at all. People will call you out and put you on blast, okay? Because it's periodical bullshit of what this fucker's saying. No, keep it to yourself, because think before you say anything stupid, man. You know, because if you're smart enough to say something smart, not stupid, you won't be put on blast. They won't roast you and shit. You know? Farmers are being told, stop farming. No. Keep farming, guys. Keep farming. It's your livelihood. It means no farming, no money. No money, no food on the table, no roof over their head, no money for the mortgage. Okay? To pay the mortgage. So, you know, I think it's stupid. I think it's stupid of being told stop farming. Go fuck yourself. But live your life, man. Live your life, man. You know, Um, it's really insane, man. No, like really insane. How you act toward one another, things you say about people, you have and gotta watch what you say or do, because you will be called out. You will be called out. So I mean, it's just really that. I think it's nuts, man. So yeah, this Facebook fact checker worked at a Wuhan biolab, rolled out virus leak while debunking articles. Check this out.
Of everything. They're like the Library of Alexandria for our time. And all they are, or they used to be, a husband, well, they still are, but it was a husband and wife. All right? They got a divorce. Now it's the husband and the second wife, who was his prostitute. Now they are all are doing it. Yeah, that's who decides what you deem truth or not.
Now it says here. Okay, it says here.
And it's all funded by George.
Okay, it says here. A Facebook fact checker who has debunked articles suggesting that COVID-19 may have leaked from a Wuhan Institute of Virology (WIV) has giant conflict of interest. She worked at the institute, which is now suspected of accidentally leaking the hyper virulent virus, which has killed over 130,000 people and cast a global epidemic into chaos.
Soros. And now we've got this woman who is a fact checker for another fact checking source, saying that the virus wasn't leaked from a Wuhan lab. Who used to work at the Wuhan lab? My lord, seriously? I thought that was kind of strange. Then I ran across this article. Twitter outlaws political satire, civil disobedience with fresh bans of conservative influencers. No, they are not a fresh band of conservative influencers. Conservatives work on a whole different level.
Oh, about Twitter outlaw. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Guys, check this out. Okay. I did a tweet not too long ago, about a week ago or so, and I asked the question, merely a question. I tweeted, I said, people, do you guys think that Dr. Burke, Dr. Fauci, Bill Gates, and the WHO are cooking the books of this, of the COVID-19 endgame? Once I tweeted, boom! Oh man. They terminated that page. I was like, really, dude? You're going to do that? You're going to pull this shit? And I tried to get back on. This is the second time that they shut down my page, man. Like, holy shit, dude. And well, I do have a new Twitter page. I had to rebuild a new one. It is it is the Anonymous Republic Network. That's the same name of this channel that I had to change the name. And it's really interesting because how Twitter now Facebook has been doing the same fucking thing. Now about Facebook too, I would share these memes with groups that I am with on Facebook. I would share and share and share funny memes. I mean, just something that really that too. But I had to change my password not once but twice, and it proves that Facebook and Twitter will shut anything down. Okay, if you share constantly. Now, this one I don't get. Okay, if you're allowed to share a meme or a article or something like that, and they're trying to say, well, the reason we are limiting your shares is because we don't want any spams. I say, fuck that. They don't want anything shared. You know, I think it's bullshit. You know, I think it's really, really bullshit because if you're not allowed to share anything on your page, you know, from your page to say say like a share to your story or share it with a group or on Messenger, and they also could limit your sharing on Messenger. Okay, I like to share a lot of crazy shit, you know, but I haven't violated anything. Okay, it's just that they monitor what you share, they monitor what you post, they monitor what you upload. And if they don't like it, they're going to end up striking it down. That's like if you did a video on YouTube, you do a video and you upload it to YouTube, and it doesn't violate any rules or guidelines. It sticks to quorum of the rules and guidelines, and it doesn't violate the community guidelines. I did 2 videos was it 2 years ago. The first one I did was around 2 weeks after Valentine's Day, and that video got taken down. It was stricken, and it had a strike. And I haven't got any other strike yet from YouTube. But I do know that they're shadow banning me. I haven't gotten any. They took away some subscribers. I lost subscribers. I gained a few, but I went from 581, and I went from 581 to 572. I had up to 577, then I lost about four subscribers. Now I'm at 573 on this channel. Okay, so it's really ironic. Okay, very ironic. Now, Twitter outlaws political satire and some of the disobedience with fresh bans of conservative influencers.
other than um, the lefts. The lefts work on feelings.
Now here,
The right.
Twitter has taken upon themselves to remove 2 prominent voices from the public square once again. The first victim of the Twitter ban hammer was InfoWars' Owen Schroyer, who was encouraging followers to gather in person at the Texas state capitol in Austin on Saturday to protest coronavirus restrictions. Shortly after many Manders wrote about the event, Schroyer was banned from the platform. Apparently, the public can't be trusted with decisions concerning their own personal safety. Nanny Jack stepped in and protected us from Owen's persuasiveness.
Work on facts and statistics. And that's, sorry, but that's the truth.
So
Twitter outlaws political satire, political disobedience, civil disobedience, which I find kind of interesting because it is our right as Americans to partake in civil disobedience.
You should put parties aside.
Civil disobedience is our constitutional right. It says in the Constitution that, when a certain degree of our freedoms are taken away from us, that is our civil duty to rise up and to be heard. Civil disobedience is protected. It's a thing that's protected under our Constitution. Thomas Jefferson.
That's why you hardly ever hear anybody on Holness, MeWe, BitChute, Minds. You do hear from Tim Pool, which is his sole. Minds is his sole platform he's on. So is InfoWars. So is other people. But Tumblr. I mean, Tumblr is like more of the underground college garage band of social media and shit. And it's really interesting because Twitter and Facebook are dominating this type of shit that they will ban your ass. I've been on Twitter. I've been on Tumblr for many years. Never really got booted. They've. I've been with MeWe for a couple of years. I've been on Mind for a number of years. Minds, Holness, MeWe, BitChute. I've been on Instagram for a long time, as much as Facebook and Twitter. But the social media purge is just really getting out of hand, folks. I mean, come on. If these fuckers don't like it, what you're doing, there's always the alternative. Okay? Minds, MeWe, Holness, Tumblr, Parlor, Canund's good as another one, and Anti. These are social media platforms for the free speech people, constitutional liberty people, the republic, the constitutional republic people. Twitter and Facebook has gone out of their way to pretty much put you down like a mangy fucking dog because Hey, how you doing? Um, I mean, they're out there to put you down like a mangy dog because of your free speech, because of your uh, talk here, folks. That's why there's always Obi-Wan Kenobi says in Star Wars, there's always the alternative to fighting. Now, when it comes to free speech, there's always an alternative platform to go to. Minds. Hey, Jenny, what you doing, darling? Yeah, Minds, MeWe, Holiness, Tumblr, Canund, Parlor, Anti. And these are good, and Tumblr, because Twitter and Facebook are beginning to really further the purge of you, the public, the republic. And I mean, it is what it is. They do not like any of us speaking honestly. They don't like it when we speak truthfully. If someone, say, fucks up and they're on the left, they're fine. But if you're a conservative or a libertarian, we're sorry, but we got to boot you because you're not one of us, mainly. And it is the fact. I mean, Jenny here, she'll tell you. She'll tell you. No, and she's a feisty Italian woman who would tell you to your face. Oh, Jenny. Hey, doing, sweetheart. For example, if you tweet a recipe of Italian pasta, okay, you will be called out for using canned shit. You have to use natural tomatoes, herbs, spices, and you name it for the pasta. And it has to be good, where it fills you up for the day. Oh, and oh yeah, there's some that like the natural order things, like make things organic, natural, tomatoes, garlic, onions, spices, all kinds of natural in the pot of spaghetti and linguine and kind of cannoli. And someone go, I'm going to go to the store and get the canned plastic bottle of ragu and stuff. And sometimes, I mean, you could add like kielbasa into Italian meatballs and spaghetti. I love that. Oh, true. And now, what's funny about the article here? You know, outlaw and political satire, civil disobedience. You know, you have to look at rationally. Tweeting the truth is like you make best ravioli, pasta, spaghetti, everything are good. Again, you want everything to be precisely the way it is naturally made, like in the old ways. Tradition tradition. Whether your dish is Italian or Spanish, it well, the article, darling, is it's on Zero Hedge. Twitter outlaws political satire, civil disobedience with fresh band of conservative influencers. And the Constitution of the 10th Amendment of the Constitution is like each amendment is a piece of a puzzle when it comes to making a dish. You want everything to be exactly perfect, but not in a way where, yes, you will have your debates, your arguments, and all this other BS. First Amendment: freedom of religion, speech, press, media, peacefully assemble. Second Amendment: the right to bear arms, the right to defend yourself against tyranny, the right to defend yourself against evil people, criminals, you name it. Third Amendment: banning the military from using your home as basically take over your home. True. Social media is you have these drones, mindless drones, being told what to do, what to say, what to think, how to walk, how to whatever to do. The alternative ones that I mentioned, it's you. You have the right to say what you want and not get booted for it. Mine's MeWe, Holiness, Tumblr, BitChute. These platforms, you can say whatever the hell you want and not get booted because they support what you say and they respect, even though they disagree, they will support you in defending your right to say it. And here,
I'm trying to find the post. It looks like it's down. Give me just a minute. Okay, I can't find it. But it is our civil duty as Americans. Under the Constitution, we're protected for civil disobedience. And Thomas Jefferson wrote that if a law is unjust, a man is not only right to disobey it, but he is obligated to do so. And I think that's where we're seeing our society
it's
going.
our right
we
and
saw
duty to do
in
so.
Michigan
But
the other day, where the people in Michigan were rising up and they were saying, enough is enough. They had their march in Lansing. We're having another one here in Springfield. I don't know why they're waiting to May 1st, but they're waiting till May 1st. And a lot of other cities
May 1st is about what, 2
across
weeks away?
the nation are getting ready to participate in that also.
When is it?
I'm trying to see if I have the list. I have the list. I don't, but I will get it for you. There's actually quite a few states that are going to be participating on May 1st, going to their capitals and
Yes,
they're demanding their states be reopened. There's a lot of people who are going to be finding themselves
2 weeks.
in great financial hardship should this this shutdown continued. This is the only time, or the first time and only time in history, where healthy people have been quarantined. Quarantine is not for the healthy, quarantine is for the sick. Again, I said this before, that you can't grow immunities to an illness if you are wussifying your system.
If you ain't sick, don't wear your
your
mask.
immune system. Remember when we were kids and Johnny down the street had chicken pox and your mom said, come on, we're going to go play with Johnny? Well, she did that for a reason. She did that so you would catch chicken pox, so you would build up your immunity. The common cold has umpteen different strains that we catch every year. You can only catch that one strain one time. You can't recatch it. You can catch a mutated strain of that one, but you can't catch that same one. So
That's pretty much as if you catch the flu. Of course, you catch the flu every year. I mean, depends on what part of the year you catch it. You know, I mean, you get sick, you get sick. You know, what's best thing to counter flu? The flu. Vitamin C, vitamin D. What else? There's vitamin C, vitamin D, D12. Pretty much that you could get pretty well as long as you. I mean, if you eat an orange, you're basically taking in vitamin C and vitamin D, D12. The sun, from the sun, you're getting vitamin D12 or vitamin whatever that is, because if you're outside during the summertime and it gets hot, there's no chance of catching anything because the sun's on your ass. And I believe that, you know, if you want to get better, hey, take in natural medicine, natural shit, fruits, vegetables, you know, stuff you eat, fruits, vegetables. Those are basically your natural medicine there. You know, carrots are good for your eyes. Cranberry juice is good for your kidneys. Greens are good for you. Cauliflower and broccoli are bona fide cancer killers and shit. There's a lot of positive things with vegetables and fruits and stuff like that. Certain fruits and vegetables have that and certain antibiotics, antioxidant or antioxidant shit, antioxidant, and it's all natural from the fruits and vegetables of what you eat. Beans, fiber, you know, get plenty of fiber. You know, asparagus, spinach. Same thing you get with those as you do with broccoli, cauliflower, bean. I mean, all this stuff would help you. And these are the organic medicine that very evil scientists and doctors don't want you to fucking know. Well, guess what, dumbasses? We already fucking know since the day we were fucking born. Right? So, my thing is I like to eat vegetables and fruits. I love carrots. Carrots are good for your eyes. I mean, shit. You know, onions, garlic, have pretty good. If you drink red wine, it's good for your blood. Chocolate too, it's good for your blood. So something in chocolate that you eat is good for your blood. I think some for your blood. I think that. Oats. Eat plenty of oats and Cheerios, folks, because it's good for the heart. And wheat. Wheat is good for your heart too. Sometimes, not every. I mean, there's a lot of things with sugar that could really fuck you over. Sugar. You have sugar, but you don't want to overindulge yourself on this stuff, on any kind of sugar. If you're diabetic, having I mean, there's kind of sugars that would really raise your blood level, blood sugar up pretty high. You know, I test my blood sugar every like 3 times a day. Morning, noon, 5 p.m. And at 10 o'clock, I take my insulin, 20 units of insulin and shit, which is kind of too high for me. But what do I fucking know? And wondering why they changing name of the channel from Anonymous Liberty Media to Anonymous Republic Network. I've thought about this for a good couple of months. I got tired. I mean, I couldn't use his name on Twitter, so I thought, you know what, I'll just go with something that I could go with the long run, hopefully, for the long run. So I thought, Anonymous Republic Network. You know, and I'm going to change it on all my other platform things, but who knows. It's a whole new different change. Clean slate. This whole COVID-19 crap is really fucking over people's daily lives. And we're all being lied to about this virus crap. You know. But I mean, it's pissing off a lot of people. People are angry. They are fucking pissed. Okay, they are absolutely fucking pissed. Schools are shut down. Churches are... And most of these fuckers are Democratic morons who want to shut down everything. You're only allowed to do this, but can't do this. You can't... I mean, for example, in Michigan, you could go shopping. Only thing you can't do is you can't buy seeds to grow shit. You can't buy paint, furnishing, you name it. Basically, eroding your right to do what you do at home. And if you have a second home in the city or state, you cannot go to that property. You can't canoe by yourself. You can't drive your motorboat by yourself. You're by your fucking self, folks. You are by yourself. But it's okay to socially distance from one another. 6 feet across, people. 6 feet away from one another. So it means you can't fish, by yourself. You can't go to the beach by yourself. Even if you want to go bare ass to the beach by yourself. Bare ass. Can't, I mean, people have the right to go to the beach. Hey, 6 feet is fine, but don't close the beach. Parks. They close the parks because nobody will be 6 feet apart from another. Why is that? Look it. No. Can't do it. No. You gotta react. Only 6 feet across, Boba. It's against these Democrats' laws. They got to be 6 feet apart. No, stay away, stay away. Only 6 feet apart. Okay? That's it, man. They said, only 6 feet apart. See what you fucking made him do? My little buddy here, Boba, you pissed him off. You pissed off Boba. When he's pissed, this is the only face you'll ever fucking see. But yeah, I mean, I mean, fucking A, dude. I mean, you gotta understand, not everybody's going to stay in the house until for the nose. Some say, well, we might do it until 2022. No, because that's when people are going to get pissed. They're going to go to your office, drag you out, kick your ass, kick in the balls, and throw you in the fucking river. Just to see how you fucking float, motherfucker. And Jenny, she might take her favorite spatula and says, motherfucker, I'm going to pound you into a goo. That'll be pretty funny to see. I could pay to see that. I mean, it's really to a point that you have to really look at reality in the face and flip it off. Why? Because people in power of these corporations like banks, tech companies, and social media outlets like Twitter and Facebook, they will shut you down for saying even anything. Any fucking thing. Okay? Anything. Alright? I mean, guys, don't forget to subscribe, comment below, leave a like, and subscribe, comment below, leave a like, and hit the bell for notification. And if you got this transmission, you are the resistance. I'm Grandmaster Revan. Knowledge is free, knowledge is power, and this is the Anonymous Republic Network. Please stay well, be healthy, well, and wise. Constantly raise the middle finger, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.